All right, back to the defending champion Patriots, who played without Tom Brady last night. That allowed rookie Jared Stidham to make his case as the quarterback of the future in Foxborough. Meanwhile, Patriots insider Tom Curran speculated that the team could actually look to trade the 42-year-old Brady next offseason. He said that Belichick probably looks at Brady as an expiring asset, and adds, quote, Robert Kraft will be able to put his heart aside and make decisions with his head. Everything is on the table right now. You're joined by four-time Pro Bowler Antonio Cromartie. Good to have you with us again.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, Tom Brady's nemesis, right?
You've played against the guy plenty. Could you actually see the Patriots moving on from him?
No, not right now.
Thank you.
No, I don't see. And the reason I say that is because everything right now, we can say we had Matt Castle as a quarterback. We've had Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback. But we know who runs that system the best. No matter who you put in quarterback, yes, the system can go well. But you won't make it to the playoffs. I mean, they went 11-5 with Matt Castle.
Thank you.
Didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Somebody made that point earlier.
So
I
I just want to know, you know, that system is ran greatly by him and only by him. So what you gonna do?
I disagree.
What you gonna do, Shannon?
You do get outlier seasons. How many times has 11-5 team missed the playoffs? You know, normally you go 11-5, you get at least a wild card. Sometimes 11-5 will get you home field advantage at least for 2 rounds of the playoffs.
That's true.
But that didn't happen that year. But it got Matt Castle paid. We see Jimmy G comes in. But see, the way I look at it, Coach Belichick does not look at Tom Brady like most people look at Tom Brady. He says it's my system. That's why he goes out and he gets a Kyle Van Noy. He gets a Mike Vrabel. He gets guys that are seemingly cast off or low-round draft picks and seemingly that somewhere else they're like, and then they win Super Bowls with him. So he believes he's a plug guy. I can plug anybody into my system. He truly believes that, Skip Bayless. That's why he tried to get off Tom Brady to begin with. If he thought that Tom Brady is unreplaceable, he would have never fathomed. Because Tom, at that point in time, had already won, what, 4 Super Bowls, I think, if I'm not mistaken? So he had already won 4.
Well, he won the 5th. It'd be 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He wanted to trade him.
Yeah.
Or not, no, he didn't want to trade him. He wanted to cut him.
Yeah. So,
right?
Because that was the choice that they're going to have to come down to.
Yeah.
If it went out to the end of the season, they're going to have to make a very, very tough decision. You know you weren't going to keep 2 guys at $20+ million on your roster. But I just believe that Coach Belichick is so comfortable in his system that he believes he can plug another guy in and have the same success. Both guys want to get credit. We keep doing, Skip, you say 75-25. Somebody else might say 75-25 for Coach Belichick. Some people say 50-50. But there's
What
enough.
did Robert Kraft say?
There's enough ego to go around, Skip, that both of these guys want to find out. Because whoever wins the Super Bowl without the other gets all the credit.
True.
That's true. That's
I
just
want to
happen.
thank Antonio Cromartie for his wisdom that he just brought.
Big thanks.
Because we finally settled this debate once and for all, thanks to a man who knows, who intercepted Tom Brady 4 times in his career. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
How
got to
many you
rank up there.
How many you dropped?
4.
You dropped 4.
Dropped
didn't you?
About 4.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if anybody's intercepted Tom more than 4 times, any single player.
I have to get on that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
let's
that's
look that
deep.
up.
That's like 3rd level. Right? To me, this is all silly talk. To me, Tom Brady is going to play 3 more years for Robert Kraft and the New England Patriots. Not for Bill Belichick, but for Robert Kraft. And I want to remind everyone, we're talking about a man who, to me, showed no signs of drop-off, of erosion last year, and who could have gone or led his team to 5 straight Super Bowls, except for one game that you will remember because you played in that game, because it was in your stadium, and it was the second to last game. We're going back 4 years ago. Do you remember a game that went to overtime? Do you remember what happened?
You sure do.
Yeah. Do you remember who won the overtime toss in that game?
Sure do. I was on. As a matter of fact, I think I was out there.
Were you for the toss?
Yeah.
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 And what did the Patriot captain, I don't know who was out there at the time, I don't know if it was Tom or...
It was
They
no.
deferred.
Probably. They deferred. Bill Belichick took the ball out of Tom Brady's hands and said, I'll give it to, who was it, Fitzmagic?
Yep.
Was it?
Fitz.
Yep, Fitz. And Fitz went boom, boom, boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
game over, right?
Yep.
Running the 7 round.
That cost the Patriots home field advantage and sent them ultimately to Denver to play against Wade Phillips' defense, a game that, by the way, Tom Brady led a last-ditch playoff drive that could have tied the game, but he needed a 2-point conversion. He was throwing into the end zone for 2 at Julian Edelman, and it was broken up. That's how close they came to going to 5 straight Super Bowls, because I believe they would have beaten Peyton's Broncos in Foxborough. I just believe they would have.
Maybe.
It's hard to beat to beat Tom Brady with Wade Phillips or anybody else in Foxborough. So my point is, we're talking about a guy who is the Michael Jordan in a very different package of the National Football League, and he's still at the back end of his prime because he's still playing at an extremely high level. So how could we even discuss this if we didn't know that Belichick had tried to dump him 2 years ago in favor of Garoppolo?
And when we were discussing it then, that's silly. That was foolish. Come to find out, it actually happened. Mr. Kraft did have to intervene, or Coach Belichick was going to move on. So the silly talk then is the same silly talk now. But guess what, Skip?
Would he have been right or wrong?
I can't go against Coach Belichick. All them right decisions he made.
So
that would have been the worst decision for the New England Patriots
in the history of pro football.
Nah, Jimmy dropped. He said, "Guess what? I'd have had me about 4 more of these things before Jimmy G retired."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 in a row, right?
All I know is Tom Brady played in the Super Bowl and got 13 points. He had a 26 QBR rating. He had 0 touchdowns and 1 interception.
All I know is the game was 0-0 in the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady went 4 for 4 for 67 yards. Touchdown, game over.
Game over.
Ball game. Super Bowl.
All he needed to score was 6 points. He was to score with 6-3. If he didn't score,
it doesn't matter. What did he do on that final drive?
What did Coach Belichick do? Hold the team to 3 points.
What did Coach Belichick do against the Eagles?
Oh, see what you did? What did Tom Brady do against the Giants?
He played pretty well.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Which game are we talking about?
Both of them.
Well, the first game he threw it to Randy Moss with 2 minutes left for the touchdown that gave them the lead, and I thought it was game over until Eli closed his eyes like this and threw it as far as he could.
You see what he did? Now, when Tom Brady left the field, he had the lead. That was Tom Brady. But when Patrick Mahomes left the field, they had the lead. Oh, look how great Tom Brady is. So you don't want to give the opposing team any credit, or Coach Belichick any credit.
No, he just gets the credit.
No, he need a lot of it, a lot more from than what he's going to do.
I told you
it's 50-50.
I'm going to give you this. Tom Brady made one bad big game throw in his life, and it was against Eli in the second Super Bowl. One, and he missed Wes Welker, although a lot of people in Patriot Nation think that Wes should have caught the ball.
It
was a little high and outside.
For a receiver of his caliber, yes, he should have caught the ball.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the only quote-unquote bad throw I've ever seen Brady make under pressure.
Well, he wasn't under pressure. What was that throw in the Super Bowl? Was that a good throw?
Which throw?
This past Super Bowl, the INT.
He won the game.
Oh,
okay?
So long as you win the
game. He picked him off 4 times.
Okay.
And he's got 6 Super Bowl rings.
But,
okay? It happens.
Well, it does.
I told you yesterday, he is mortal, but he's the greatest mortal ever.
No.
Huh?
It could happen, Skip.
I don't see it.
It's not going to happen.
I don't see it. He's going to play these 3 years out. And it's going to be all because of Robert Kraft.
He ain't playing it. Mr. Kraft, he won the first one.
He's going to win the second one.
Listen, Robert Kraft will put head over heart, as Tom Curran says, as he sits up on high in the press box and watches. And if he sees Tom Brady just flat out hit the wall where he can't throw it outside the numbers with some heat on it, if he sees that happen.
I do not believe Tom Brady is going to be like Peyton Manning in his last year. I don't believe that's going to happen. But I believe there will be some slippage, and then Coach Belichick will win out. Okay.
I just don't see no slippage. I don't see how you can say there's going to be slippage when everything for Tom Brady is inside the numbers. He don't throw the ball outside of the numbers.
He does.
Everything
every
is
once
inside
in a
the
while
numbers.
he can.
Every once in a while, but he doesn't need to when you have everything down the middle.
No, I got it. Against the L.A. Chargers, I almost call them San Diego. The L.A. Chargers in that first playoff game, he goes 33 of 44. He just shredded them, and you thought they were pretty good on defense.
But I didn't know they were going to have to lose all their linebackers if we played with 5 safeties.
They've been playing like that the whole entire year.
Well, they lost their linebackers. They lost the 2.
They've been playing like that the whole entire year.
No, well, the last part, they got no choice.
They was winning games doing it.
Yeah, but you can't let Tom Brady see that's what you're going to do. They caught a lot of teams you remember how they played the Ravens.
The Ravens.
They played the Ravens on Lamar Jackson.
But you can do that.
Play the second time.
Guess what happens? He's a running quarterback. You can do that. You can't do that with Tom.
You can't let Tom know what you're going to be.
No.
You can only play so many coverages with those safeties. And you really want a safety covered Edelman in the slot? No.
I'd take Derwin James any day, put him on Edelman in the slot.
That's true.
No, because he can't take his first read away. Not when he got all those options. Because Edelman, I mean, he going to start you on the shallow cross and then he going to whip you. He going to come back the other way. Then here you is trying to get on top of him to beat him across the field. And
That's why Rex Ryan was so good at. He just took that one person away.
you got to.
One read, make him throw on the outsides against the man Reeves.
You got to. But you need
Welker
two dogs though.
Yeah.
You need two dogs on the edge though to do that.
You do. But I mean, we had guys we had Calvin Pace, and our thing was he was the guy to do the dirty work every single play. And Brian Thomas, we had Brian Thomas on the other side. So you had guys that not necessarily saying we having great guys, but on the outside you had me, Revis, and we had a secondary.
Right.
We knew exactly what we was gonna do. So when you played that team so much and understand exactly what they're gonna do, you take that stuff away. You make them throw on the outside. You don't let him throw inside the numbers because that's the easiest
throw. So you just bracket Wes Welker and just say you can't have this? You can't have those option routes?
No, we just put Revis on him.
Oh, you put Revis in the slot?
Just put Revis on him.
Physical. You got to be physical. You got his first option. You got to take his first option away. If you don't take his first option away, you can't beat him. And that's what Wade. Because Wade had to leave and Chris Harris Jr. Okay, now you can go man. So now you take Chris Harris Jr. and put him on the slot. He's the best slot cover guy, so you can just now we're gonna play football. You got Vaughn and you got D Ware and you got the two big guys Malik and Wolf inside. But everybody can't play like that, Skip.
Nope. So I'm predicting Shannon Sharpe is about to become the biggest Jarrett Stidham fan on earth.
No.
Because that's your only hope.
He went to Auburn. I would never root for an Auburn.
No, yeah, you would.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You always say, Skip, that Tom has a motivator, right? Could this be what motivates him throughout the season? He's always got that one thing.
Coach Belichick, so I'm going to win this one, Tommy.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah, he winked at it coming out the field. He winked at it.
Did he?
Yeah, it'll look good.
I got you this time. I think the guy who's in trouble is sitting across from me. He's going to be wrong again.
Yeah, you're going to be wrong.
Interesting. You might also be wrong about Kyler Murray. We'll decide later. Is he too small to be a star in the NFL?
Tiny little legs.